get a swig of this. Ugh, delicious. This inbox is brought to you by the swig of that tea I just took. Or maybe it was motor oil. I need it because I need speed. First question. Actually, first rant. Yes. My roommate and I watch your show like every day. It is the, insert your own word. We love your obsession with speed. We have 3 elite PCs in our house and a server with more than 3 terabytes. Yeah, we never feel like we need to justify our consumption. We own. We pwn. Gwah. Pony noobs all day and CS Source. It's intense. Energy drinks all day. Ownage. Anyways, owning is precisely the reason we're emailing you. We think that you don't use the word own in, well, one parenthesis. It's like an apostrophe instead of parentheses. We think you don't use the word own enough. It's weird. I should have used those. Those are more fun to do than, that's kind of weak. All right, but own. I'm going to add it for you. We think you don't use the word own enough. Elite gamers want to hear about how much we'll be able to pwn little nooblets all day with your new Logan. So, yeah. That's basically what he's getting into there. That's signed Lumber, Jack, and Foreman. Jack and Foreman? I don't use the word own because I've got my own vernacular. But for you, today, I'm going to use the word own. I own lots of things like cars and computers. I'm going to own this show here in a minute. Cut to a video question. All right, Mr. Looper Noor, whatever his name is. So he wants to know how much power he's going to need. Now, the thing that's going to draw all that power are those 2 9800 GTXs that you're going to be putting into that system. Each of those under full load is going to pull about 230 watts of power. 230 watts. It's going to own the power. It's going to own it. That's right. So you need to get a power supply that owns. And I've got a power supply that owns that you're going to want to own so you can own others by putting it into your system. That's right. Talking about ownage in a different way that time. Now, you're probably going to need at least 750 to 800 watts. I mean, because you also have the dual core, which is a great CPU, very overclockable. But I'd recommend getting 800. 1,000 watts is going to kind of be overkill. But hey, if you're into overkill, go ahead and pick up an Ultra X3. It owns 1,000 watt of ownage. Yep, pwn things. All right. Next question is from David Jacobs. It says, the fabulous chili dogs. Why would you send me that? I've got lots of things to read. I just wanted to point that out. Don't send me stuff like that. I open it up and it says the fabulous chili dogs. I don't have time to read it. I'm not even going to put it in an inbox. Come to your house and own you with a own sandwich. Sandwich of ownage. I'm not very good with that word own. I'm getting used to it. I keep tripping over it. Like I run and I'm like, oh, owned. Self-ownage. Right there it was, self-ownage. All right, next one is from Ruskio. Right. Hi, I just watched your video on how to install a graphics card. I found it very helpful, but I do have one question. After I install the graphics card, do you have to put the monitor cord into the new installed graphics card, or can you leave it in the old slot? That's a good question. Now, by default, most computers, as soon as you install the new graphics card, they're going to say like, oh, there's a new PCI Express or a new AGP or a new graphics card, and it's going to default to that one. So when you turn it on, you want to have it plugged up to that. Now, if per chance, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can't turn it on once and then, oh, no, it didn't work out right. If you turn it on, there's nothing on the screen, just plug it back into the old port for a second. Push delete, own the delete key to go into BIOS, and then you want to own your connection. You want to go in and select. It'll say like, graphics. You can use onboard. Disable it. Own the onboard graphics. Own it with your disable key. All right, we got another video question. Let's cut to another video question from Hunter X4444. Now you're looking for a good graphics card, Mr. Hunter X44444444. Well, if you want a graphics card that totally owns the competition, just owns it, for that price range, you can own yourself a 9800 GTX. That's what I would get. You can also get an 8800 GTS, which is almost the same speed. It's like 10% difference. It uses a little bit less power, not much, like a little bit less. But if you want a card that's going to be the most owning card, the card with the most ownage in that price range, go for the 9800 GTX and have yourself a fabulous chili dog. It's delicious. I believe that's all the questions we have for today. We're never out of time. Oh, I've got time to do this all the time. Just maybe you guys are out of time to watch. Maybe you got to go somewhere. So I'm sorry, but you guys are out of time. I'll be here all day. If you guys have questions, send them. I'll be right here. And owning things with my tea that I swig. Okay, if you guys have questions, if you guys want to learn how to own, I'm giving own seminars for noobs to pwn them with the owning. Send me an email, logan@CompUSA.tv, and maybe you'll learn how to own something. Maybe you'll need to own something. Give me another delicious swig of this tea.